The following presentation has been made possible by the generous support of the Ultimate Players Association and Gaia Ultimate Sports. The sun-soaked Gulf Coast of Florida is the perfect place to vacation or retire. But for more than 300 women that have just arrived from across the United States and Canada, it represents something else entirely. The 16 best Ultimate Frisbee Club teams on the continent have gathered here to compete in the Ultimate Players Association's Women's National Championships. These women have not come for prize money or fame or front-page headlines, but for the opportunity to compete in Ultimate at its highest level. And just maybe, if they succeed, the right to call themselves the best team in North America. This year, Nationals will crown the 20th UPA Women's Champion. These women have trained for months in hopes of achieving the coveted title, held by only 8 different teams since 1981.
We practice Tuesdays and Thursdays. We also practice on the weekend if we don't have a tournament. And lately our weekend practices have been about 6 hours long, so it's quite a big chunk of time.
A lot of intense sprint workouts every Tuesday at 7 a.m., rowing during lunch hour.
Nobody's making us show up for practice 4 days a week. Nobody's making us run sprints on our off days. Nobody's making us give all our time and money to this.
I have to go to the dentist as soon as I get back to the Bay Area because I've been putting off a root canal for a while now, so I could afford to go to Nationals.
For the next 4 days on roughly soccer-sized fields, offensive teams of 7 will work together to advance a disc with an arsenal of throws, attempting to score a point by catching the Frisbee in the end zone. A defensive team of 7 will try to stop this advance with a variety of different strategies, from the so-called man-to-man defense, which relies on athleticism and speed, to complex zone defenses that frustrate the offense by denying them downfield passes. Rules are enforced by the players on the field, with sideline observers settling disputes when asked. While each new year brings different uniforms and fresh faces to Nationals, the reason these players come remains the same.
I think that people who play Ultimate really play it because they love the sport.
You get to cuss, spit, roll in the mud, be physical, be aggressive, and it's fun.
I don't know where I would be without sports and Ultimate.
And you play, just like you did on the playground, and all that good stuff you felt then, you feel now. And you get to drink tequila afterwards, which you didn't on the playground. Privilege of grown-up play.
As play began on the first day, none of the 16 teams was a clear-cut favorite, but there were any number of squads capable of winning it all. Fury from San Francisco, the defending champion looking for a repeat. Prime from Vancouver, the reigning Canadian and world champion, competing for their first UPA trophy. Boston's Lady Godiva, a 14-year dynasty, here to take home their 7th national title. Schwa from Portland, runners-up in 2 championship games, hoping that the 3rd time would be the charm. And a handful of other teams with the potential talent and drive to go all the way.
These guys are not intimidating to us. We are so much better, and we are so much quicker. Where's the damn speed, y'all?
They fade like they're going up, and come back and go and do this.
This baby belongs to Kathy. She just scored. She's still nursing.
See hunger out there. Ash wants hunger. Let's give her hunger.
Good evening, my fellow citizens. The United States government presents...
It's dance. I'm talking about dance, an art form.
Play that funky defense wild.
I don't know what's been going on recently because I've seen a lot of dancing from our team, but we're not a big dancing team.
We like to run and hack. We like to drink and we are the Condors. We are the Condors. Hey!
On the third day, half the teams had gone from participants to observers, and the mood had grown more serious.
We're so fired up. So fired up.
It's all about preparation. It's all about getting ready.
As the fog burned off to reveal another glorious morning, 8 teams took the field with the knowledge that at the end of the day, only 2 would remain. The first game would feature the most successful dynasty in Ultimate against a relative newcomer, here as a team for the first time. In their 14-year history, Boston's Lady Godiva has won 6 national titles, played in 11 finals, and never missed the semis. After a heartbreaking loss at last year's tournament, Godiva has reloaded their veteran roster to reclaim what once was theirs.
We're really, really competitive. And that's not to say we're mean or angry or any of that. We are here to win and to play the best Ultimate that's ever been played.
A win this year would give Lady Godiva 7 national championships, something no Ultimate team, men's or women's, has ever accomplished. Standing in the way of Godiva, Bourbon Sprawl from Atlanta. Risen from the ashes of perennial power Ozone, Bourbon Sprawl has come into this tournament with a new name, new faces, and a distinctive new attitude.
We're actually very serious players. I know that I go to bed at about 9 every night so that I'm ready for the next day of play. So yeah. That's why our name has bourbon in it. That's why.
As the game began, uncharacteristic Godiva turnovers gave Sprawl an early 2-point lead and the hope that this might be a close game.
Go, Godiva!
Soon, however, Godiva's high-pressure defense clamped down and left Atlanta with dwindling options. Behind the patient offensive players like Peg Hollinger, a mother of 3 and a 20-year Ultimate veteran, and 7-time Nationals winner Molly Goodwin, Godiva returned to form and moved the disc effortlessly. When the game was over, Bourbon Sprawl showed promise as a team for the future. For Lady Godiva, the future was now. On a nearby field, 2 teams normally separated by 3,000 miles were about to meet face-to-face. From Portland, Oregon, came the Northwest champion, Schwa, a talent-rich team with a unique name and some unique motivational techniques.
We have the fun bus. We just decided that we play better when we have fun, and so sometimes we're not on the fun bus and we're being mopey, and so we got the wheel, and it reminds us that we're here to have fun, first of all.
Schwa's opponent would be Backhoe from Raleigh, a formidable squad with 7 players, fresh off winning Ultimate's co-ed national championship.
I won't say that we're all best friends because it is a group of women, and that just, I would be amazed to find any team where all the women were just best friends. We've got 2 distinct sort of halves to our team. We've got people that are just wide open, show everything, dance around, and then we've got sort of the calm, collect yourself, not run your mouth type of people.
It was the calm, collected Backhoe that started the game, giving the favored Schwa all they could handle.
That's it, Tracy! Tracy,
Schwa turned to the tough love leadership of North Carolina native Tracy Satterfield to regain their winning ways.
Schwa! Do you want this game, Schwa?
In the end, Backhoe couldn't dig quite deep enough, and Schwa took another big step toward the elusive championship trophy. Not far away, the lone Canadian contender was taking on a Rocky Mountain team hell-bent on the semis. From Denver, Rare Air, a collection of feisty and talented Ultimate players who this weekend sported inspirational tattoos and accessorized uniforms.
Yeah, I brought the tattoos. I sacrificed some of my measly salary as an educator for the tats for the team.
Rare Air would face off against Prime from Vancouver, the #1 seed and current world champion, playing at this tournament for the first time.
We won our own Canadian Nationals in July, and then we went to Worlds and we won the World Championship.
It's been known for quite a few years that we would attempt to make it to UPA Nationals. I know some Americans aren't happy with that, and the people in our region are just awesome. They're out for the best Ultimate there is, and if they can play a better team, it doesn't matter whether they're Canadian or American. This game would not be an easy road to semis for either team. Prime offered athleticism and experience. Rare Air answered with fire and adrenaline.
Super active marks. We need to be fired up on the mark.
1, 2, 3. Yes! The ribs! The ribs! The ribs are on the Barbie! We don't need a fire because we like to eat it raw! The ribs! The ribs! The ribs are on the Barbie! We don't need a fire because we like to eat it raw!
Eventually, Prime raised their defense a notch and played like reigning world champions. When the game was over, both teams had left everything on the field. And while the gutsy Rare Air players would have to look ahead to future nationals, Prime had a date later today with their Northwest rival, Schwa. The last game of quarterfinals pitted two familiar opponents that shared the same home city, but rather different attitudes towards the game. Despite a rash of injuries, defending champion Fury was here to prove that they were still the best team at nationals.
Last year was our year. Our team started in 1997 as a young team with some more experienced players. Fought hard for a couple years. Finally made it out of the region last year, came here and did our thing, made it all the way.
Fury would face off against their crosstown rivals, Homebrewed, perhaps the most colorful team at the tournament.
We love to make songs. We love to hang out with each other, even when we're not playing. So fun is not a problem.
With a vast songbook including numerous odes to beer, the women of Homebrewed could be found singing and dancing at any hour of the day, often inspired by their chosen mascot and cheerleader, the Godiva.
I'm here to provide positive energy, and also in sort of those difficult times during the game when, maybe the team's a couple of points down and I can give a cheer, like I say a boom, shaka boom, of course you know that one, and then they would answer, I say a boom, shaka boom, and it goes on like that.
Our specialty is fun!
Homebrewed started on fire, opening up a 5-1 lead to begin the game. Fury had not lost to Homebrewed this year, however, and they weren't about to start now. As the wind increased, an effective zone kept Homebrewed on Fury's heels.
We love, we love, we love, we love, we love to come back! We love, we love, we love, we love, we love to come back!
Though Homebrewed tried to tie the score at game point, the Fury defense rejected them on every attempt. To win this game, Fury would have to move the disc the length of the field against a steady wind and a fired-up Homebrewed defense. "15 passes, 20 passes, 25, and neither team would yield. Finally, after 44 straight passes, Fury punched it in for the win and a chance to meet Lady Godiva in the semifinals. For Homebrewed, it was time for beer. But then again, isn't it always? Backing up its claim as the strongest region in Ultimate, the Northwest boasted 3 of the 4 remaining teams, guaranteeing that 1 would be in the finals and 1 would be eliminated in the first semifinal game. If history were any indication, the first game between Vancouver's Prime and Portland Schwa would be a fierce continuation of a long-standing rivalry.
It's always tight with these guys.
I think we played 8 times this year. It's all been games, 1 or 2 points.
Yeah, we always trade games, trade points. We know all their names. I think, it can go either way, and we know that we have to come out strong.
It'll be a tight game. Yeah.
Though they had come to nationals ranked number 1, Vancouver's Prime had already lost to Schwa once this weekend. With a roster featuring one of the game's most dynamic players in Leslie Calder, a former badminton star and one-woman highlight reel, Prime was hoping to regain their form with a semifinal win. Schwa had not lost a game this weekend and was looking to advance to the 3rd finals in 4 nationals. This year, they would be satisfied with nothing less than the trophy.
Portland Schwa, and we play Ultimate. We are big and burly, and we have nice kids. We run and we sky and we party till we're hot, and we'll leave you in awe 'cause we're Portland Schwa. Focus, discipline, nothing but the good times.
As the game began, tough defense and high winds made offense a challenging endeavor. Prime took advantage of their opportunities early and opened up a 3-point lead. Schwa refused to back down and scored 3 straight times to even the count, announcing that this game would be a dogfight. Eventually, Schwa converted Prime turnovers into a 9-7 halftime lead.
A team that won't be beat can be beat. You gotta get that psych up. Will not be beat. Schwa, kumbaya, Schwa, kumbaya, Schwa, kumbaya. Turn it on! Tune it in! Turn it up! Prime! Relentless! Prime!
In the second half, Schwa picked up where they'd left off and increased their lead. The Canadians hung on tenaciously and matched Schwa score for score. At 13-11, the horn sounded to signal the time cap. Game to 14. Game point, Schwa. Prime received the disc with a chance to pull within 1 point of Schwa, but their offense stalled in the win. Schwa sensed victory, but they too missed the mark.
Let's go, Todd!
Again, Prime moved the disc into the strong headwind, but Schwa's defense was too much. Tired of trading points, Schwa threw the winning score and ended another hard-fought grudge match. Though disappointed, the Canadians exited the tournament gracefully.
So tough, and so best of luck. Go for the gold, please. Okay, on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Northwest! Man, thank God that game ended when it did, though. I'll tell you.
For Schwa,
Going to the show.
they were back in the finals for another chance at the trophy. The next semifinal game would match last year's champion against a team that has played in the finals 7 times in the 90s. San Francisco's Fury was a young team coping with injuries to key players, including Dominic Fontenette, former Stanford star and winner of the Callahan Award, given to the nation's best college ultimate player. They were also coping with the loss of Gloria Lust Phillips, or Glo, who had moved back to Boston and rejoined her former team. Fury's loss was Lady Godiva's gain, as they picked up Glo and their own Callahan winner, Tufts University's Johanna Newman, who brought youth and athleticism to an already talent-rich Godiva squad.
We got runners this year. We've always kind of had the reputation of being the old team on the block. So we've added some speed to our lineup, and it's really opened up our game.
So far in this tournament, Lady Godiva was not only undefeated, but had won every game by 7 points or more. Taking advantage of the gusting winds, Godiva used a smothering zone defense to force Fury turnovers. Lady Godiva capitalized on each Fury mistake and rolled to a commanding lead. Despite the mounting pressure, Fury fought back defiantly with inspired points on offense. Giving Lady Godiva a taste of their own medicine, the Fury defense threw their own zone, daring Boston to beat it.
Your side, your side.
Godiva relished the challenge and marched down the field with patience and precision, wearing down the Fury defense with pass after pass against the wind. Methodically and relentlessly, Godiva took the half. As they felt their trophy slipping away, Fury fought back desperately in the second half. Godiva was undeterred by Fury's challenge and responded swiftly and decisively to every score. Game point, Godiva. The Fury offense, down by 7, battered and bruised most of the afternoon, had nothing left. Godiva patiently finished off the defending champion and advanced triumphantly to their 8th final in 10 years.
Yes!
Sunday's finals would feature an intriguing matchup of the tournament's only undefeated teams. Lady Godiva and Schwa had already met in the finals 3 years before, with Godiva emerging victorious. Last year, a confident Godiva, playing for their 5th straight title, met Schwa in the semifinals.
We had game point for like 4 or 5 points, and they beat us by 1.
We took them down for the first time in 5 years, I think.
We were up 14-11 on that team, and they came back to win it.
A lot of people were going to retire after last year, and when we didn't win, I think it gave us the impetus to come back and show everybody that we can run with anybody and we can play with anybody.
As the game began, a focused and fired-up Godiva drew first blood. Possession, Schwa gave the disc back to Boston. Schwa fumbled the disc away again, and it appeared that the contest was in danger of getting out of hand. Even when it misfired, the Godiva offense was spectacular. The same could not be said of Schwa, as they gave Lady Godiva yet another easy score.
You hear me say Vader? You gotta go Vader. Because I'm looking at who they got dumped, and I'm thinking that we can't get to it.
Say which way. Do you want it home? Do you want it away? If you're talking to me.
Yeah.
Wait.
Before we get really loud, can we just have one person talk at a time and listen to what we're going to say and keep it really mellow?
Because we have our inner legs, we have inner hearts, we just have to get our brains settled.
We take a breath together.
Yeah.
Everything.
Though Schwa showed signs of life, Lady Godiva was on a roll. Then, the notorious Godiva zone appeared, stifling Schwa on the goal line. Godiva was unstoppable, and it looked like the rout was on.
Could you stay by
At halftime, Godiva led Schwa 9-4 and was fired up to put the game away. In the second half, Schwa appeared unsteady even when they scored.
bus. We want to be on this bus. But run just a little bit harder. Let's play our game. Defense is going to get us back in because offense is not hurting. You got to really pound. You got to really run. Come on, Schwa. We are the best. Now let's go. 1, 2, 3. Schwa!
Down by 7, Schwa was in desperate need of a hero, and Dara Bailey seemed up to the task.
Yes, Dara Bailey! Behind her!
Playing with new inspiration, Schwa scored 3 straight times to pull back into the game. Now it was Godiva's turn to make mistakes. A rejuvenated Schwa took full advantage. Suddenly, Godiva found themselves in the same position as last year, up by 3 against a Schwa defense on a roll.
Come on, Michelle! Away! Nothing, Michelle! Nothing!
Trying to come out of the back. One hand around, no, it's not there.
The Godiva zone clamped down with renewed commitment, and Schwa misfired just out of bounds.
Come on, Scotty! Away! I mean, home!
Sensing the momentum shift, Godiva's offense began to click once again and pulled within 1 score of a victory.
This is indeed game point.
Game point, Godiva. Playing with the memory of last year's collapse, the Godiva offense worked it patiently toward the end zone. One quick pass from Molly Goodwin to Vicky Chow, and Lady Godiva was champion once again.
It's hard to feel bad about yourself when you're national champion and you're working with your friends to achieve something all the time. It's really hard to feel like all isn't right with the world.
It feels like number 2 feels.
Yeah.
It's an honor
Been here
to play.
before. Been here a lot.
Honor to play in that last game.
This team right here has the strongest women on the planet on it. They are the most headstrong, most powerful women in the world.
Basking in the glow of their 7th national championship, Lady Godiva proved once and for all that she who dances last dances best.
Psych! A chicken rides a bike in the middle of the night without a flashlight! Psych! Psych! A chicken rides a bike in the middle of the night without a flashlight! 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2!
They're beautiful.
If anyone out there is wondering what my name is, you can just read.
Oh yeah!
What do you do in your non-ultimate life?
I've been doing a lot of fishing. I've been enjoying going fishing, and it's actually pretty fun. I sit in a boat, and I cast, and I reel it in, and if I don't catch anything, I do it again.
Oh, say